Good morning. So today we will start off with hexagonal pyramid. The question is off like this. Hexagonal pyramid, 25 mm side of base and 50 mm axis length rests on one of its slant edges. So draw the projections of the pyramid when the axis is inclined to VP at 45 degrees. Now to start off with this problem, in the question, it is not given directly whether to place with the edge condition or corner condition. But given specified is that we should have the hexagonal pyramid to get tilted so that it is made to rest with one of its slant edges. So when we have the slant edges, when we have the entire pyramid to be resting like this, suppose so if I want to tilt this so that it is made to rest with completely one of its slant triangular faces, when you tilt back it's going to come back to the edge condition. Suppose as per in this question, if you want to tilt this entire, if you want to have this entire pyramid to get rested with one of its slant edges on HP like this, so that so it is going to satisfy the condition as per in the question. Tilt back so that you get the first condition like this. When you tilt back this to get to the first position, you can just observe right now it has to be placed with respect to the corner condition. So start mounting for the first position with respect to the corner for this hexagonal pyramid. So we are going to start off with having the corner to come towards your right side as per the construction you know very well. So drop a circle. When once you drop a circle for the radius of 25 mm, since we want to have the corner condition, have the diameter of the circle horizontal, so that when you start constructing, you're going to have the corner to come towards your right side with the same measurement of radius, with this extreme end itself as diagonal itself, diameter itself as center. Cut the circumferences on either sides with the same measurement, with the other extreme end of the diameter itself as center. Cut the circumferences, so that now when you join this, when you try to connect, you get the formation of hexagon, so that the corner is going to come towards your right side like this. You're going to have the corner, you're going to have the hexagon to be formed. When once you form the hexagon, so from this extreme corner, identify the corners to be as A, B, C, D, E as well as F. So to proceed further, we should have the axis. First, initially find out the center of this hexagonal face by connecting two of the diameters. One diameter already we have, so join the other diameter. The intersection of this gives you the center, which is O1. Now start forming the slant edges. Connect from O to A to form one of the slant edge. Connect O to B. So by doing this, you get the first triangle OAB. Totally we should have 6 triangular faces. So next, when you connect from O to C, you get the second triangle. When you connect O to D, you get the third triangle. When you connect O to E, you get the fourth triangle. When you connect O to F, you get fifth triangle as a 6th triangle. So it's totally 6 triangular faces, and one hexagonal face is the top view of this position, which is corner position. Now let us proceed for the front view. When you want to go for the front view, initially you're going to start off with O1. Take the projections to meet XY line. This is O1 dash. What is the height given in the question? It is 50 mm. So from O1 have the axis for the measurement of 50 mm. So have this as O dash. Now when the observer sees from the front, take the projections from A to get A dash on XY line. B and F is going to get coincide. So when you take a projection, this is B dash, F dash. Initially B is seen, later on F. Similarly, when you take so C and E is going to coincide. So this becomes a C dash, E dash, and from the corner D you get D dash. When once you have been done this, now form the base face in the front view. Have the slant edges. Connect D dash to O dash to A dash. Similarly, when the observer sees from the front, there are 3 triangles which is to the front half of the solid. The other 3 triangles are at the back of this, which is not visible. So, but here we have only one triangle. So, when you start connecting from B dash to O dash as well as C dash to O dash, you get the formation of 3 triangles right now coming into existence. 3 triangles is what available for the observer when he sees from the front. So that completes exactly the front view. Now we have to tilt this entire pyramid. We have to tilt this entire pyramid so that the entire pyramid is tilted so that this slant edge is made to rest on HP. Okay, now for that consider a point here which itself is A dash, measure the complete slant edge A dash to O dash, with A dash itself as center, cut on XY line to fix O dash. This itself is entirely the slant edge as per given in the question. That entire solid should be tilted so that one of the slant edges is made to rest on HP. Now have the complete base face. Measure the complete base face from the compass A dash to D dash with A dash itself as center, drop an arc. Measure O dash to D dash with O dash itself as center, cut this to fix D dash. Join A dash to D dash to O dash so that this complete front view itself is tilted to this position. Transfer all this intermediate parameters to that. Measure A dash to C dash with A dash itself as center, cut this to fix C dash and E dash. Measure A dash to O1 with A dash itself as center, you get O1 dash. Measure A dash to B dash with A dash itself as center, this is B dash and F dash. Join B dash to O dash, C dash to O dash, and as well as the axis O to O1. The complete front view is tilted so that the pyramid is made to rest with one of its slant edges. Now for this tilted position, when the observer sees from the top, what is the top view? So for that, let us take the projections. Okay, from A dash, okay, erect a vertical, from B dash, from C dash, from D, as well as O dash. Have the horizontals. We get A, B, C, D, E, F. This is O1 and this is O. So for this right now, when the observer sees from the top, for this position, okay, this is the first position, this is the second position. For this tilted position right now, when the observer sees from the top, this is a complete base face. This complete base face is visible to the observer. Make this complete base face to be visible. Later on, when the observer sees from the top, this is one of the slant edge which is completely visible. For this slant edge, on either sides, we're going to have 2 triangular faces to be visible. So 2 triangular faces and 1 hexagonal face is completely visible to the observer when he sees from the top. So that, okay, we're going to trace it over here. So for that, when the observer sees from the top, you can just observe this is a complete base face. This complete base face is visible to the observer. Make this hexagonal base face to be visible by connecting A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F, F to A. This is a hexagonal base face which is completely nearmost to the observer when he sees from the top. Now identify what is this surface which is visible to the observer when he sees from the top. Since it is OD, it is a slant edge which is visible to the observer. Instead of OD, if you have OCD, then it's a triangular face which is visible to the observer. So since it is OD, make this slant edge OD to be visible. So join D to O as one of the slant edge which is completely visible to the observer. For this slant edge, on either sides, we're going to have 2 triangular faces. So what are those triangular faces which is visible? For that, come back to this top view. Identify where is OD. This is OD, the slant edge which is visible to the observer. For this slant edge OD, on either sides we're going to have 2 triangles. One triangle is given by ODC. So O to D, D to C it is there. When you join D to O, you get the formation of one of the triangle towards the right side, which is ODC. Similarly, onto the other side of this slant edge, we have the triangle ODE. So when you join E to O, when you join E to O, you get the formation of the triangle ODE to be visible. So two triangles and one hexagonal face is the visible surfaces when the observer sees from the top. Opposite to OD, what is that? Where the entire pyramid is tilted. OA is completely invisible. Make this OA to be completely invisible. I cannot mark completely O to A as invisible. The part of the slant edge which comes outside of this D, only this should be marked as invisible, because there is a overlap of invisible and continuous at this junction. So wherein we cannot exactly make this to be as invisible. When you have the slant edge OA to be invisible, connecting to this OA, you should have on either sides two triangular faces. To identify that, come back to this top view. Trace where is the slant edge OA which is invisible. OA is exactly here, which is completely invisible. For this OA, on either sides we are going to have two triangles. One triangle is given by OAB. So when you O to A, it is already invisible. A to B I cannot mark. When I trace from B to O as invisible, so you get the triangle OAB to be as invisible. Similarly, onto the other side of OA, we have a triangle OAF to be as invisible. O to A it is already invisible. A to F I cannot mark. When I join from F to O to be as invisible, I get the triangle OAF to be as invisible. Not only two triangles related to OA is invisible, along with that we have OFE to be invisible, OBC also to be invisible. Totally 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles to be invisible. Only 2 triangles are visible out of 6 triangles. That completes all the faces. Now you should join the axis O to O1, but we cannot join the axis O to O1 as chain type. Why? Because there is a overlap of continuous and invisible over here. That completes all the faces of this particular tilted position, making the pyramid to get tilted with one of the slant edges. Now let us proceed for the next condition. Next condition given is, okay, the axis itself is inclined at 45 degrees to VP. Since the axis itself is inclined, given itself as true inclination, which itself is 45 degrees. True inclination 45 degrees. So for this, take an angle of 45 degrees initially. Take an angle of 45 degrees. On this 45 degrees, fix a point which itself is apex O. Apex O. True length of the axis is available in the first front view. Measure O to O1. Measure O to O1 from the first front view with O itself as center. Cut this to fix O1. This is true length taken from the first front view. Next, after tilted position, we should have the apparent length of O to O1. So to fix this apparent length of O to O1, we should have the locus. So let us have the locus at O1. Have the locus at O1. Measure the apparent length of O to O1 from the second top view. Measure O to O1 with O itself as center. Cut this to fix new point O1. Join O to O1 as a thin line, extend this to the XO line. This is beta inclination. So when once you have been done that, transfer this complete projections to this. So for this, what we do is, okay, slightly extend this. Measure O to D with O itself as center, cut here. This is D. Measure O to A with O itself as center, cut on this apparent length to fix A. You got right now O, D, O1, A. Based on A and D, you can transfer the remaining corners. Measure D to E, it's the same distance of D to C. With D itself as center, drop an arc on both the sides. Measure right now A to E, it's the same distance of A to C. With A itself as center, cut this arcs. When you cut this arcs, you get this as E, this to be as C. Similarly, measure A to F, it's the same distance of A to B. With A itself as center, drop an arc on both the sides. Now measure D to F, it's the same distance of D to B. With D itself as center, cut this arcs. This is B, this is D. So when once you get all the corners, transfer the same line conventions to this. When once, okay, you have been transferred all the corners, okay, so follow the same line conventions to this. After having the line conventions, now when the observer sees from the front, what is the final front view? Now, when the observer sees from the front, what will be the final front view? So for that, let us take the projections one by one. When you erect a vertical from A, from the horizontal, you get A dash. From B, have a vertical, have the horizontal, you get B dash. Similarly, for C, I have a vertical and horizontal. For D, I have a vertical, have the horizontal. E, F, and the apex O dash. Apex O dash. When once, okay, you have been identified the various corners, okay, various corners in the front view. When the observer sees from the front, the complete base face A, B, C, D, E is nearer when compared to the apex. Make this base face to be visible by connecting from A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F, F to A. This is the hexagonal face which is nearmost to the observer when he sees from the front. When once you have been done that, now concentrate for the slant edges. The slant edges OA, OB, OC, OD, okay, OD, OE, OF. Among the slant edges, when the observer sees from the front, which is the first slant edge which is nearmost to the observer? The first slant edge which is nearmost is to this point, which is OD. So make the slant edge OD to be visible. Join the slant edge OD to be visible. For this slant edge OD, on either sides we're going to have two triangular faces. So for that, come back to the top view. Identify where is the slant edge OD. This is the slant edge OD. For this slant edge, on either sides we're going to have two triangles. One triangle is given by connecting from ODA. So when I join from O to A, you get the formation of one of the triangle which is OAD, which is OAB. Next to this, okay, we have the other triangle onto the other side which is given by OBC. So when you join from C to O, you get the formation of other triangle. So two triangles connecting to the slant edge OB is completely visible to the observer when he sees from the front. Now when OB is visible, OC we have been concentrated. Next slant edge is OA, so we have been had OA also. Now the next slant edge is OD. When you try to place the scale, connecting O to D, if it enters inside the surface, then it is invisible. So obviously here what happens is it enters inside the surface, okay, it should be as invisible. Mark this to be as invisible. Similarly, after the slant edge OD, next slant edge is OF. When you try to place the scale connecting O to F, it enters inside the surface. So obviously it is onto the other side of the observer, which should be as invisible. So connect O to F as invisible. After OF, the last slant edge left out is OE. When you try to place the scale connecting to this, it enters inside the surface. So obviously this also should be as invisible. So by doing this, we get 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles to be invisible. 2 triangles are visible out of 6 triangles. That completes all the faces. Now take the projections from O1. You get as O1 dash. Join O1 dash to O dash as chain time. So that completes exactly the problem. So this is the final front view concerned to the slant edge related to the hexagonal pyramid. Fine. Thank you.